There are all sorts of stories doing the rounds. We're just trying to present the truth here. That's all we're seeking to do.
The trouble is, Alan, that you relayed rumours and falsehoods instead, publicly abused those who were telling the truth, and then for days afterwards insisted that you'd been right all along. Welcome to Media Watch. I'm Jonathan Holmes. According to Alan Jones, last Monday was
a dark day for Australia. A dark day for Australia.
And the treatment of the convoy of no confidence in Canberra was
the most disgraceful thing that has ever been done to democracy. The people who've come here can't actually get into the precinct to be heard.
Well, it's true there weren't many people at the rally in front of Parliament House. Organisers had promised thousands, but by late morning there were still only hundreds. The explanation Jones declared to the protesters and via Sky News to the nation was that
these people can't get in. There are thousands. They've come from all over the country to represent their concerns, and someone has instructed the federal police to stop them from allowing them to go where they want to go. And there they are tooting their horns. This is the most shameful.
He made that claim over and over again, and it simply wasn't true. What was true, as Sky News' David Lipson explained a short while later, was that
the trucks were not given permission by police to actually come right onto the road next to Parliament House. I've known that for a few days. The road right next to me is actually blocked off. AFP are there. The idea being that they didn't want to close down Parliament. The plan was to park the trucks off site and then bus the protesters in en masse.
But before they parked, a lot of the truckies decided to make their presence known by circling Parliament House and blowing their horns. ABC 730's Chris Uhlmann hitched a ride with one of them.
And what made you decide to join this rally?
I just feel pretty strong about what she's doing to the country at the moment, and I think this won't help, I don't think, because she won't listen, but...
According to Chris Uhlmann, truckie David Johnson told him that
the police had been great and had said that the drivers could spend all day circling Parliament, blowing their horns if they wanted to, as long as they didn't block traffic.
Listening to the CB radio, adds Uhlmann,
it was clear that the truck drivers circling Parliament had decided that that was the way they wanted to protest, rather than join the crowd on the lawns listening to speeches.
Alan Jones had simply misunderstood the situation. Meanwhile, someone had fed him another rumour, and he was busily passing that on to the leader of the opposition and the nation.
And now a convoy, which I understand is 2 kilometres long, has been stopped at the border between the New South Wales and the ACT. So the people who've come from all over Australia who want to be here have been denied the opportunity to be here.
But that wasn't true either. The ACT police absolutely denied it, and when we asked convoy organiser Mick Patel whether trucks were stopped at the border, he told us,
that's totally incorrect. That's misinformation from someone.
That's essentially what reporter David Lipson told Sky News' viewers that morning. And this is what Lipson then copped from Alan Jones for having the temerity to challenge the great man's rumour-mongering.
Where is he? I spoke to this fellow from Sky News and he said, where is he? Well, come on over here and explain yourself. Come on over and explain yourself. That's the fellow over there. Come on. Come on, get over here and explain yourself. No. Hey? Oh, no, won't come.
Shortly afterwards, Jones was at it again, this time publicly excoriating the Sydney Morning Herald's Jacqueline Maley.
I've just been asked by a journalist from the Sydney Morning Herald, am I getting a fee for being here today?
The nerve of it! You're a public figure, Alan, taking a highly political stand. That means journalists are allowed to ask you questions. All you had to say was, no, I'm not taking a fee, and that would have been that. But no.
Where is she? Oh, she's gone. Disappeared. Where is she? She's gone. She's gone. Eh? Can't stand in front. Can't stand in front. No, can't stand in front.
Gee, you're a bully, Alan. But there's a bigger kid in the federal parliamentary playground than Alan Jones. And that evening, he politely but firmly put Jones in his place.
To quote the man behind the convoy, Mick Patel, I think Alan might have been misled. Laurie Oakes, 9 News.
Safely back behind his microphone in Sydney, Jones spent much of last week rejecting everyone else's account and playing over and over this one call that he received on Tuesday morning.
I too drove into Canberra yesterday, and there was at least 2 kilometres of trucks pulled up just inside the ACT border.
Well, now stop there for a minute. That's precisely what I was told, and I reported that to the audience, and now, of course, I've been vilified for telling people an untruth.
Alan Jones kept saying later that caller Mike was a truckie stuck in that convoy, but he wasn't. We've checked. He was commuting to his Canberra office when he drove past the halted trucks. And here's the probable explanation for what he saw from convoy organiser Mick Patel.
On Monday, about 60 trucks went out just near the border to wait for the convoy coming in from New South Wales so that they could all drive in together.
But Alan Jones preferred to believe in a conspiracy and to lash out at anyone who didn't.
Laurie Oakes' credibility is nil on these matters, but he wasn't there yesterday. He wasn't at the rally. And perhaps people going round and round and round in Canberra and unable to park their trucks or participate in the rally, perhaps that's not a story. But what is a story is that you managed to misrepresent what in fact did happen. Well, I was there, I know what happened.
No, you weren't, Alan. Not where the trucks were going round and round. You were on a rostrum up on the hill yelling at journalists. And according to the ABC's Chris Uhlmann, you totally misrepresented what happened.
I was there, both on the lawns, then in a truck. No one had any complaints about the Australian Federal Police. No one suggested that there had been any interference with the rally.
There you go, Alan. Someone else to have a go at. But remember, we're just trying to present the truth here. That's all we're seeking to do.